Alright, so now that we have the suppressor attachment, let's go ahead and make a forward grip attachment. So that's going to be very much the same kind of concept. So we have BP suppressor. Let's make another blueprint actor, BP underscore vertical grip. Let's go ahead and just set this to replicate by default. Add a static mesh component, make it the root. And this will be the vertical grip. So what we want to do here is go ahead and add a offhand IK component. And now we just want to configure it. So initialization, just like we did with the, the suppressor, we want to make another one for the offhand IK in it that just has, it's more so for attachments because this one uses a skeletal mesh. However, we are using a static mesh and pretty much all grips will be static. So let's duplicate and rename firearm to, let's just call it Foregrip. And this one will be static mesh instead. All right. With that said, we still need the socket S underscore left hand IK. So let's go to our vertical grip, open up the mesh, and just add S underscore left hand IK. Just add that socket, and we'll come back to that later. So once we have this, we can go ahead and apply that as the initialization settings. So we're now on the foregrip. Now we just need the offhand IK settings. So again, let's duplicate the M4s and change it to vertical grip, because this one's going to be pretty much used for whatever vertical grip has the vertical grip pose. So here I have like the AFG grip, stubby vertical, and the actual vertical grip. We're going to select the actual vertical grip, which is just simply this pose here for the left hand. So we can save that and set it like so. And now we basically have a vertical grip. It's set up to use the animation we want and the socket that we want. So now we just want to add it as an attachment. So let's add another SKG attachment, and we'll call this one SKG attachment underscore foregrip. Again, attached to mesh, it's going to be skeletal mesh because we're attaching to the firearm, and attached to socket, which we need to make. We're going to do S underscore, let's do attachment underscore foregrip. So let's copy that and add it to our skeletal mesh. So let's add another socket, S underscore attachment foregrip. Let's add a preview of the vertical grip. So we want it to be up. So we are Z forward, or sorry, Z up, and we need it to be X forward. So we need to rotate on the yaw. So now it is X forward. So let's go ahead and bring it up about where we would want. So somewhere in there. Pretend there's Picatinny at the bottom. And save. So back in the firearm, let's grab our attachment. And the default attachment is just going to be the vertical grip. So now when we hit play, we can see we have the vertical grip. However, we're not actually using it. So that's something I forgot to configure. So if we head back to the vertical grip and look at the, I think it's the initialization. No, it's the offhand IK settings. Wait, which one is it? All right, so I completely forgot. But basically what you should have, hopefully by this point in the initialization settings, is some gameplay tags. So that is something I need to start moving over to the initialization settings, is those tags. So, but basically, the way this works is, what in the world? Okay, that's really weird. It's like teleporting me around. Is basically these, it reads from a set of tags, just like the muzzle device. So if you recall from the suppressor attachment, if we really quickly look at the, sorry, not that one, muzzle settings, we have a muzzle tag. And the muzzle tag is what kind of defines what it is. So we define it as a suppressor. A suppressor comes after a barrel, after a muzzle device. So we need the forward grip to tell it, okay, what is it? So here we see these gameplay tags. Just do the drop down. Offhand IK component type, we have firearm, forward grip, and handguard. In our case, we're doing a forward grip. So this would always be the latest gripped thing, essentially. So now, when we hit play, you can see we have the pose. And it's positioning itself where we had the socket. So here's where we need to adjust the position. So obviously we need to come down, and I have snapping on, don't I? Nope, I just can't move it for some odd reason. There we go. I guess I had some kind of weird view model or view bug. I don't know exactly what was going on. So let's bring it down. Wrong way. Which orient? There we go. Okay, it was just because it was locked. I was wondering why. All right, so try to get that pretty close, a little higher up, and see what we're doing in regards to any clipping. So we can go out ever so slightly, like so. And there's our grip. So let's go ahead and save. And there we go. So we are now using the vertical grip. And likewise, replication, I just put it all the way over there. You can see we both have our vertical grips. I can block his firearm, he can block mine. For funsies. But we're both using the same setup. And we'll fix the aiming. That's what those procedural offsets were before. So we'll get those resolved in a future video. So now that we have the vertical grip set up, the way you create a new one is essentially create a new one of these data assets with the grip animations that you want, such as the angled grip animation. And kind of it. Just swap out the mesh and you're good to go. So it becomes one of those things where adding new attachments once you have an initial one becomes a matter of a minute or two. So it becomes very simple. So now that we have this set up, we are ready to move forward. I'm not sure what all I want to do yet, but I will see you in the next video.